like this whole generation. It's crazy.
I don't know. I don't like when people say that.
The thing is, I don't like it.
I think our generation is just as tapped.
No.
No, they are.
No.
They are.
Listen,
I think
no.
our generation, because the same knives that these guys are holding on to, like our generation was holding on to them as well.
And so the generation before us.
Exactly. So it's like,
But
I don't like the way people are saying it now.
But the way I'm saying it, is that I've never. So cool. I'm not even I'm not that old. B.
No, Jay.
I was gonna say like I'm lippy or something. What's going on? I'm not that old. Yeah. B. I'm not even like. It's not like I live in flipping Shropshire and I'm watching from outside in. Do you get it? All I'm gonna say is, when we were 15, 16, 17,
Yeah.
Bro, you didn't have random youths for no reason on road wearing ballies and trying to be hard. And do you get it? You had them man that, thought they were about it. But it was never to this extent where literally youths just wearing ballies for no reason.
I guess I hear you with the ballies.
Do you get what I mean? And
in terms of carrying knives, I don't think. I think
it sort of plays into it though. It's like, okay, cool. If I'm one of these youths here, and I'm thinking, cool, I listen to a lot of drill, whatever, all that splashy music, and I idolize these guys. I want to be like these guys. I want to be gang. I want to be hard, or whatever you think that the definition of that word is. I'm like, cool, let me get myself a North Face or whatever. Let me get myself like all black clothing. Actually, no, let me get myself a bally. Then when you realise, trying to add to it, or you're trying to actually be hard or whatever, or, like talk shit on your fake ops or whatever, what's the next step? I'm saying, all I'm saying is, I don't feel like for us, it was a bit different. It was that, you had people that wanted to be hard, but we never went the full measure to sort of brainwashing ourselves into thinking that we are actually hard. Because at the end of the day...
I'm saying I knew people like that. I'm not talking about myself. I mean, I know people like...
But then you feel like those were like the minority for our generation.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but it just takes the minority to do something stupid.
No. But I'm saying the quantity of it, the quantity of people like that, compared to the quantity of people like that now, is different. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is like, just because someone wears a bally doesn't mean they're necessarily the idiots who...
No, I get it. But I'm saying it's all part of that like wannabe culture. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but our generation, it was like, we see like certain rappers wearing certain things and then we want to go to JD and like copy it and stuff. So it's just a cycle. Like if you see Central C wearing a bally and it's matching with his traders, you want to do the same thing. Like.
And the thing is, I don't want to say, it's the rapper's fault or whatever. And do you know what it is? I can't lie to you, I saw a video on Link Up. I can't remember who it was. And they were blaming institutions and all this sort of stuff. But I'm not going to lie to you, fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. It's not about institutions, yeah? Because you can buy a knife however you want to buy a knife. A knife is a kitchen tool, yeah? First and foremost, it's a kitchen tool. So I understand if you say something like, you want to make buying knives like 16 plus or 18 plus as a deterrent or whatever, cool. That might, work for a bit. It might be a short-term fix. But at the end of the day, it's not anything about institutions. Like, let's be real. And sometimes with our community, we don't like to be real. And that's just the matter as it is.
No, let me not say beat, but I think it's more like it's like a can of worms type of thing. So like, if we blame, like, let's say for example, we blame like drill rappers for example. Yeah. They're just gonna shift it onto someone else and then shift it onto someone else. 100%. And then we just end up like, maybe in the next 2 weeks, like we'll just end up not speaking about this and like, no. Yeah.
But it can't be a thing where we're blaming institution, always person at the top, people at the top, people at the top. Sometimes you have to look at your own community and be like, this is wrong. Do you get it? And then you have to look at your community and think, okay, so where have we as a community failed? And I'm not talking about as a community, black people in general. I'm local, your postcode or whatever, little province of London that you live in. Where have we gone wrong in Brixton or in Camberwell or Peckham or in this situation, Croydon? Like, what is actually being done? Why do young people think it's cool to grab a knife? He packed a knife and flowers, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did you get it? Yeah, so why does he think that's acceptable? Furthermore, there was even a leaked conversational screenshot of Snapchat.
I don't know if that was real.
Exactly. I was going to say, I don't know if that's real or whatever. But if that was real and accurate, why then do the young people think like that? That behavior is okay? Let's tap into that. Let's tap into what is going on in these young people's lives that they think that doing this sort of stuff is okay, or it's funny, or it's bants, or nothing is like stuff like this isn't real. bro, shit's real. Do you get it? Like,
but I guess do you know what is the consequences? Yeah, like in the moment, I hear what you're saying. Like if you have a conscience, if you have like a morals and stuff, you won't think like to joke about something like that or whatever. But like if you don't have those morals, like until maybe you're in prison and you're with someone who's like actually bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like certain generations like and they need a bit more G checking or they need a bit more.
That's what I'm getting at.
Because I feel like you won't know how bad you are until you're actually around someone who's like
bro.
bad and stuff.
Like, bro, you want to know bad? Cool. There are people that will show you bad and know that you're a gimmick or a joke. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying before, why I said that this generation in particular, is worse than we were, is because with us, we still had that reality of, okay, nah, this guy's mad. Or this guy's, he's just a lost cause. Whereas everyone now is dressing the same. Everyone now is like trying to put on that same facade and persona and like prove themselves on like TikTok or whatever the fuck they use or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I said. That's what I think the problem is. Like not as a thing like we can say, cool, this is the problem. Let's make a solution for this problem. But it's like, why has it got into that stage? Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, at the same time, like to take accountability, like as us as well. Like, do you have like younger people in your lives that you proper like? Because I feel like that's another thing that's like we kind of don't realize. Because there was one incident where it's like someone who I'm not gonna try to word this so I don't make it kind of big, but someone who I knew that was younger than me. They were kind of like they entered like the gang. Like I grew up with this person, so but like they ended up. Like they lived like in North London, so they entered the gang life and whatnot. But I knew the guy. Like the guy wasn't like the ones where they're just a normal if they're around the wrong people, wrong role models. So like, what I'm asking is like, do you have people younger than you that you're kind of? I know you do mentivity and stuff, so maybe that could be one avenue. But do you have younger people around you that you're trying to like give morals to and guidance to? Because at the end of the day, when these guys go out, it's either they're looking at their phone and like seeing like a false reality and these like crazy like drill bars, for example. I'm not blaming it on drill rappers per se, but how sometimes that they'll say something like shock value and maybe like
that will stay in their mind.
Yeah, and then they'll think like they'll say like, oh, I'll kill a witness, I don't care if she's female, and then like subconsciously like they put that barrier down of maybe women can get it, or do you get what I mean? So do you have do you have people in your life that you're like that are younger that you take under your?
To an extent, yeah.
Because I feel like that's one thing as men we're kind of
lacking,
failing, especially like the good role models like us. Like not to bait out your situation or anything, but like let's say for example we all move out of the ends and stuff. That's like another person who the young generation can relate to. Who's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not,
he's gone and done it.
But at the same time, like I do plan on moving out because I don't want to be on ends in the same environment in terms of growth as well. So it's like,
do you know, I think you're right in saying that. Especially as men, I feel like we probably do need to do a lot better. But then again, it's about community. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's about community, and I think to an extent, I do have a couple people outside of like whatever I may do with mentivity or whatever. Outside of that, I feel like I do have a couple young people that they can come to me and shout anytime. Listen, when I go to church, and I bump into the youths that. Like I haven't seen since before uni. Like them man are all grown up now, going uni first year and all them things there. But back then they were trying to move like they're hard and do you know what I mean? Like when it's kind of like that older brother vibe where you're trying to bad up your older brother and whatnot. I'm like, bro, like come on, man. I know you guys aren't that sharp. You man are rascals, whatever. Anytime I see those guys, I'm like, listen. Obviously, I'll catch up with them and I'll be like, listen. If you guys ever need anything, literally shout me. Doesn't matter if it's job. Listen. Job advice, life advice, whether you want to talk about, you got a situation with this girl or you got a problem with whatever, bro, shout me. Because at the end of the day, that's what we need. You get it? And I will say, a lot of people didn't grow up with those older role models or those father figures. You said in church as
well. Like some people, they just didn't.
Exactly. Some people don't even have that. So imagine if it's someone who, you know what I mean, doesn't grow up in a religious house, so they don't have any sort of attachment, whether that's Islam, Christianity, Jewish, whatever. They don't have that. So that's one community gone. They haven't got an older brother that they can just vibe or gist with. Cool. They haven't got a father figure to go to if they have problems, or someone to look up to. Just like, you know what, we don't even talk on a level like that, but I understand the type of man you are. You're teaching me other principles, or I can see what you're doing for my family. I want to be like that. Yeah. If they don't have any of those 4 things yet, or even like a sports community or something like that, then it's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very techie. Yeah. And unfortunately for a lot of people on ends, that's the situation. Do you know what I mean?
And I feel like when people start like falling through the cracks, like obviously you said like maybe there's like 4 or 5 of them that you catch up with when you see them at church and stuff. But sometimes it'll be that one person maybe you don't see often. And I'm just thinking like in terms of solutions, I think we can't leave anyone behind. Like I know some people you might think maybe they're a bit off or they're a bit weird or whatever, like to you, but like I feel like those are usually the people who are doing these incidents or trying to prove themselves or trying to fit in socially. Or
I think all we just need to do as a collective, like I think as a collective we just need to do better in terms of looking after one another. Do you know what I mean? And I say this because luckily, like I'm not gonna say I was, on road or I was close to whatever, but you see when, and he's gonna hate you for saying this, but even when we had Sace on, and we were all talking about like how important it is to have a mentor or someone like that, the way it was like I needed that sort of person that was outside of my family to sort of, because obviously I had my older brother. Older brother's, he's a G. You know him as well. He's do you know what I mean? He's a G.
Good example,
Very good example. Do you get it?
Yeah.
I had my older cousin who, kind of went down a bit of a wrong, and then he's back on track. A G as well, total G. So I had that in my family, but for me, it was like, for me, I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to listen to anyone in my family, but it was like, I get what you man are saying, but like I'm not really grasping it. And it was like when I was able to actually get in touch with Mentivity, because I can't lie, I tried a couple community stuff before. Like they used to do what's that thing called in Arsbury? They here, but it's gone now.
Youth club.
Yeah, it was some sort of youth club, but they had like a bus, and sometimes
yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It was like the black, So there was that, but then I couldn't go to that all the time. And then it was like year upon year, they were less and less reliable because funding was getting cut and all that sort of stuff. But then it was like, cool. Mentivity came in that time where it was like, I needed that talk and that sort of hand on my shoulder to be like, bro, let's just put things into perspective. Do you get it? And it kind of woke me up. And then I was like, you know what? I hear it. I hear what you man are saying. I hear what my brother and cousin saying. I hear what my mum's saying. I hear it. Like this whole like joke thing it's not gonna, do you know what I mean? It's not gonna amount to anything. And I feel like we need more people like that. People like the people at Mentivity that, helped me and other people that I know. Because it wasn't just me. It's not like they picked just me in school and said, midday come. It was a whole group of us. And then the next year, obviously I left that school. But the next year I'm hearing that, they even went away from my school and now they're in 2 other schools and 3 other schools. And then it was like, okay, cool. We're not going to forget about you though. We're not going to leave you behind just because you left. Do you know what I mean? Stay in contact. And then even when we went on 2 Cents, when I was talking about the coaching story, that was through Mentivity.
Okay.
Do you get it? And then it's like, it's things like that where you need that community outside of your community. Or within your community, I should say, where it's like, cool, I can go to these people with problems, with life stuff, whatever. Like, bro, if you man can message Tyson, say it's Leon, whatever. I've messaged these guys about foolery sometimes, bro. I'm just like, bro, man just needs to rant. Literally. When I was going through it with my, like, obviously it was minor situation, but when I was going through some other stuff, I was like, bro, I just need to blow off some steam, man, because I can't lie, I was feeling mad. Like, literally, the way I was thinking, it wasn't myself. So what I'm saying is, as a solution, what we can do moving forward, because don't get me wrong, what happened to that girl, especially on the, like, I don't even get it, on the bus is even mad. What happened is a tragedy, and something like that should never happen. Do you know what I mean? You send your daughter off to go to school, and you hear she doesn't even make it to school, bro. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like
that early in the morning, like maybe if it was at night, you sent her to the corner shop or something. Obviously, you wouldn't expect that to happen. But it's like
the risk factors are so low. But it's just
broad daylight. Like there's cameras
everywhere.
That's what
makes it crazier. The fact that it's broad daylight, they feel so comfortable. Like,
If you guys like that, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be up to date with all of our releases. And tune into the whole episode now on Spotify and Apple.